Hello silver friends, this is Joli from QuickSilverHair, and today I am doing a get ready with me video. After my makeup drawer declutter video, many of you reached out to me and asked me how I achieve my minimalist makeup look. So I thought I would share that with you today. First, I appreciate your thinking this, but I do wear makeup on camera. There was many of you who thought I don't wear makeup. I actually do, but that does speak to the volume of a minimalist look. It should look natural and it should look like you really don't have much on. I kind of leaned into this look when I started wearing makeup because I always felt like makeup just stood out on my pale skin. And when I really started wearing makeup most of the time, I wanted to cover up the redness in my skin. I am of Irish-Scottish descent, so flushing is just normal. That is just part of our skin tone and how it reacts to the environment, whether it is dryness or heat or whatever. Our skin can just be very red and flushed. I did have a redness issue that was permanent pigment that last year I had a laser procedure to have that removed. It was particularly bad on my neck and I was very self-conscious of it. And I was also pretty self-conscious of how much it had spread, up into my cheeks. And the laser actually helped eliminate all of that permanent redness. Again, I've got the flushing in my cheeks that's always going to be there. It has been diagnosed as rosacea at times, but I really don't think I have rosacea. Not anymore anyways. I think maybe it's in remission. But I do use very little makeup because of the fact that I have really sensitive skin. Acne hasn't been an issue, but when I put the wrong things on my skin, I can break out in... It's acne-like. It can be a rash, it can be blistery, and I just don't prefer that. So one of the things that I am really good at is once I find products that I like, I tend to stick with them because I don't like to disrupt my happy skin, so I don't like to add things that might possibly make it irritated or break out. So, and when I say breakout, I'm talking about rashes, not acne. I really don't have issues with acne. And I know that's a very separate thing and I want to make that clear. Anyway, I really do stick to a very minimal system because, like I said, the more I put on, the more risk I take. First things first, I wash with Scene's face wash. It is fragrance free, it's very gentle, and I truly do use this all the time. And since they have produced this product, this is probably bottle number 4. My husband also uses this. It's a really good clean formula and it is non-comedogenic, so it will not cause your skin to have issues. So I wash with that, and then as soon as I get out of the shower, so I've already done this today, I put on the Skin Fix Barrier Triple Lipid Collagen Eye Cream. I use this under my eyes. I will go under here and I will put it over my lid, and then I take whatever's left and put it on my lip. I heard years ago that eye cream and lip cream were essentially the same thing and you should not buy 2 separate products. So that's what I do. And then I follow that with the Skin Fix Barrier, and this is the Triple Lipid Peptide Cream. Since I found this cream, I have not deviated from this very much. I have one from pharmacy that I use when I need some extra nourishing moisture, and it's a honey formula that is a little bit thicker. I don't generally put makeup over that because it is a little bit oilier. So this is my, pre-makeup setup. And then if I'm going to be out in the sun, I put on my Ulta MD UV Clear sunscreen. I am not going to be out in the sun today, so I did not put this on. I'm going to be filming all day, so I just figured I would start with the makeup and move from there. The first thing I put on is the Bare Minerals Bisque. I use this on my upper eyelid. For me, it's really just a primer, but it also has a little bit of sunscreen in it, so I'm getting a little bit of sunscreen around my eyes when I put my makeup on. And I just go in very lightly. Because it is a powder, I don't put on a ton because I don't want my eyelid to be real powdery. And just even my skin tone out because I tend to have a little bit of bluing in there. And this is kind of difficult doing my makeup in here. I am used to doing my makeup in my bathroom with natural light. I do have my window open, so I do have some natural light coming in, but it's just kind of interesting to shift into different light. So anyways, I start with that Bare Minerals. I used to put it underneath my eye, and I don't do that anymore because the powder was settling into the creases and making my eyes look a little crepey, and I did not like that look. So that's where we start. Next, I move on to my foundation, which is the Bone color. This one's the Bone with the Minimalist Perfecting Complexion Stick from Merit. And I just use this as foundation. I go everywhere with it. So I go up underneath my eye instead of using the bisque now, and I get a little concentration on those red cheeks. I give myself a little line here, and I just spread it all around. And I have a little blending brush that I use. Getting it all in place. I watch people put on all the makeup, all the skincare, and I really can't figure it out. You know, like I don't understand. I guess probably I don't understand how to put all of it on, and that's part of it. I just never was much of a makeup person. I used to never wear makeup, and when I started learning how to wear makeup, I still did not use very much. And I watched, like I said, I watch people put on all this makeup, and I think I couldn't stand the feel of it. I don't think I could handle having all of it on my face all the time, because one of the goals with having a minimalist look is to also feel minimalist, to not feel like it is, you know, caked on or filmy, or that you've, you know, painted your face. I just can't stand that feeling. So I really don't abide by adding 14 layers of things before you even get to your foundation. I just can't. So my lips are a little bit dry, so I'm gonna put on a little lip balm. This is Palmer's Cocoa Butter Lip Balm, which used to have sunscreen in it, and they've reformulated it. And I had worn this product for years with the sunscreen in it, and now I'm on the hunt for a new lip balm with sunscreen, which it was really sad to see that they had reformulated that formula. So now I take a clean brush, this doesn't have any makeup on it, and I just kind of blend everything down. It's just something I learned to do to help decrease any settling. So where it's like settling in my lips or under my eyes, I don't know why, but for some reason using a clean brush like this just to kind of buff everything in is a nice finishing for the foundation process for me. And I just kind of go over real quick. I'll do this with powder too if I use a powder, which sometimes during the week I prefer not to have. You know, if I'm just out running errands or whatever and I want to take the redness down, I will use the powder formula from Zuzu, and it works really great for just that. And then after I've put the powder on, I will kind of dust it all off with this brush. So I just use this to kind of buff it all in and make it look a little smoother. Okay, next I put on my eyeshadow, which is the Zuzu Platinum, and it is a very soft pearly pink, and I have a little angle brush that I use. I go up underneath my brow to highlight the brow bone. This is a very concentrated formula, so you don't need a lot. And then I dust it across the base of my lid. And that is that for highlight. I will come in and kind of push it down because I do have a little bit of wrinkling in here, and I just kind of push it down with my fingers so that it is not settling in the fine little wrinkles in the corners of my eye. Then I come in with my blush, which is Tarte Party. It's a nice kind of rosy, soft pink. I don't put a lot on there. And I make a little bit of a triangle shape here. If I wear highlighter, which I did not bring in here with me, I will run it right across here and blend that in. I come down my nose with it, chin, and touch the top of my temples to give kind of a bronzed look. And then I go back in, little pat, just one little pat, and sweep it over my eyes. To use it for eyeshadow, I will come back in with an eyeshadow brush, and I load the brush, load it up, and come on the brow bone, sweeping back and forth. And then I kind of dab in the corner, and that's that. Next up is eyeliner. Today I am wearing Honeybee Gardens Smoking Gun. It is a navy gray color. It's pretty. I don't know if you can see how it looks. Whoops. That's how it looks. I just broke it, so I gotta go sharpen it. I'll be right back. I usually make sure that my pencils are very sharp because I want to make sure that I get a nice crisp line. I do something that you are not supposed to do, or at least I've been told you're not supposed to do this, but it just gives me the best line and it makes sure the eyeliner works in well. And that is, I take my eye and I pull it very gently out so that I stretch out the eyelid. And then I just draw my line on, which I'm a little too far away from my mirror. This is a little thick for me, this line. Normally I would do that a little thinner for a daytime look, but I'm going to show you a trick. If you happen to have this happen and you wanted it a little bit thinner, I'll show you how to make it look a little more minimal. So let me get this side. And I try to go in as far as I can to the corner without getting eyeliner in the corner of my eye. So then I take a little eyeliner brush, just one of these little tiny pointed brushes, and I come back in and kind of blend it down into the lash line and kind of push it up a little bit so that it is not so distinctly dark, especially for daytime. If I am wanting to kick it up a notch and do something for the evening, I leave it darker and a little bit more distinct. And then I add a little bit, I get a little corner hair. I don't do wings or anything fancy like that because of where my eye is hooded. It will just crease and I don't know, it just doesn't look very good. So this is just the way I like to do it for me. So I'm pushing that down in. I don't know if you can see it or not, so that it is nice and even. This is a really pretty eyeliner. It does have a little bit of glitter in it, so it actually is a good one for, you know, evening or kicking it up a little bit for a little bit more put together look than just a light natural look. Then we do, so if you wanted to tone the eyeliner down a little bit, I'm happy with it the way it is, but if you wanted to tone it down just a little bit to make it more for daytime, is take the pink light highlight shadow and just dab it over the eyeliner. You just go in and just kind of dab it over and you'll see it kind of gray out. The blending that I just did achieved that well enough for me today. But for instance, if you were using something darker, like a dark gray, this would help tone it down a little bit to a softer gray. So just a little trick of the trade. Next up is mascara. Today I'm going to wear the Ilia mascara. I felt like that would be the easiest for me to apply on camera. The Rare Beauty, which I love, is a little bit finicky. I do have to work it sometimes, and I did not want to do that in a get ready with me video. So let me put my mascara on. This is interesting. I don't do this kind of stuff often, so I feel a little bit out of my element. However, this is kind of fun. I had no idea that you all would want to know how I do my minimalist makeup. Okay, so mascara. We've all put on mascara before, so nothing special there. The one thing I will tell you is with a natural look, you don't want a heavy, clumpy mascara. You want something that goes on smooth and doesn't clump. And I take that one step further to make sure I don't have clumps with a spoolie, which is what is next. I am blessed with these eyebrows, and I take my spoolie and kind of just brush them out. I've always done that because I've always had a lot of eyebrows, so I've always made sure to have a spoolie to brush my eyebrows so they don't look like a crazy old man. I have a little bit of white hair coming in my eyebrows now, but not much yet. I will eventually have to put a little bit of color on that white hair. But right now, they're all au naturel. I get a lot of comments on my eyebrows, so I thought I would explain that. Then I take the spoolie and I come through just to make sure there are no clumps. Come through the mascara and knock off any clumps and separate my lashes. What also happens when I do that is sometimes I'll have little bits of mascara. I usually have a magnifying mirror, which I have one right here, and I go into it and look to make sure I don't have any little bits of mascara that have dropped down on my skin. So I'm gonna take care of that right quick. And then last but not least is a little bit of lip balm. And today I'm going to use the Hemp Organics Wine. And I just put it over my chapstick, or you know, my Palmer's lip balm. I don't even care. I like the moisture of it all, so it feels good to have both on. And there you have it. There is my minimalist makeup look. It really doesn't take much time at all. I was talking here, so it did add time to this, but generally this takes me about 5 minutes, if not just a little bit longer. And again, if I want to kick it up a notch, I'll add my highlighter, I'll make the eyeliner just a little bit more distinct, and I might take a different color, darker eyeshadow, and really work in to my brow bone and make it look a little bit more smoky. And that's really it. I just add a couple of extra things to kick it up a notch. So that's it for this video. I will link everything I possibly can in the description box below. While you're down there, like this video if you found it helpful or enjoyed this content. If you have any comments or questions, please leave those in the comments section. I would love to chat with you. That's one of my favorite parts of publishing videos, is the discussions that we have in the comments section. If you haven't subscribed to my channel already, please do so now, because I would love to see you next time. Until then, shine on.